All right, all right.
There we go. Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Battlefield Production Live. We're going to be going over the SITREP. I'm joined with my co-host Gun Truck 3. We're going to do some military talk.
Hello.
So, a little interesting week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's wow. We got a lot to go over, and it's there's going to be some opinions that need to get tossed out there. I want to ask guests, whoever pop in, their feelings and opinions on things, because I know I'm going to put
Right.
my opinion out there, and you know what a patriot I am, brother. I just some things that have gone on in the last decade of our existence as a country is like, what the hell happened since the
Right?
90s? You know?
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, we are prepared to drop the F bomb. Okay? So that's what's going to
Oh,
happen.
there it is. Nice. I hope you got some of
We
them
get
good clips that we were planning. All them clips I was sending you stuff. Um,
Oh, yeah.
hey, we
I'm
got what was in nice.
yeah. Um, I could
I'm
try to get
feeling
the
the
clips
screen there.
up
I'm like,
for sure.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, it's all right. I think this weekend will be very interesting. Keep on your toes. That's very good advice for
There
sure.
we go. 27, folks. Here we go. Please stay
Yeah.
with us, folks. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, and we'd love to get every one of you views on things, especially because it's a real hot thing, real
Hmm.
situation in the country these days. Both with the military moves in Venezuela and also ICE here at home in states that you may be from that have ICE going on. Um, whether you think
Hmm.
it's right, you think it's wrong, we want to hear from you. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So
stay tuned, be in here, and we're not going to talk too long. We'll just go ahead and put something out there, and
right.
we'll get y'all involved. Okay, so
Right.
stay
Exactly.
plugged in.
We're gonna be talking for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. The first half, we're gonna be putting out the news of what's happened this week in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What's happened here at home as well. And then later on, we're gonna take a 4 minute break so everybody can smoke, get some drinks, go to the bathroom. I have to, and then Gun Truck and I are going to open up the panel, and you guys can more than welcome to share your own opinions on everything that we covered. And interesting thing, David, or Gun Truck, I'm sorry.
Well,
Interesting thing. When I was looking at the Army Times, Marine Corps Times, Air Force, you remember those. It's just the news that is, centered around those particular branches. Oh, he he's messing with my.
oh, sorry, I'm trying to get my screen right here. I'm looking at a whole bunch of stuff I
Yeah.
don't understand. And so sorry, bud. Just trying to
Oh,
put it
it's
both in the
okay.
screen and also so I can see names popping up and we can call people out like Blackbird and
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Blackbird, and
Lady Godina, Harley Godina, whoever that. I think I got that right. But
yeah.
I want to be able to. I'm trying to. How do I
Right.
choose the screen?
You just need to get a bigger screen. No, that's not. Those are layouts, bud. Those are layouts. Okay,
But I
guys.
just say,
He is a new co-host. He's not very privy to StreamYard, so I'm gonna have to teach him a little bit. We might do a test stream sometime, but um, as of right now,
well, I ain't no. I'm not shy. You can call me
yeah,
green greenhorn, wet behind the ear beginner on this thing. That's what I am. Let's get her done, man. Try to set
hey,
this thing up so I can
yeah.
see us right like last time. Hey, Anthony
So,
Winters, how you doing, brother? Wow, that's a buddy of mine from way back
oh, okay,
from
there
high
you go.
school.
Cool, cool beans. All right, so one of the things that I want to talk about is that's in the news. It has popped up in all four of the Times, where Senate advances resolution to limit Trump's war powers after Venezuela. So the Senate advanced a resolution Thursday that would limit President Donald Trump's ability to conduct further attacks against Venezuela, sounding a note of disapproval for his expanding ambitions in the Western Hemisphere. Democrats and
Hell,
five Republicans voted to advance the war powers resolution on a 52 to 47 vote and ensure a vote next week on final passage. It has virtually no chance of becoming law because Trump would have to sign it if it were to pass the Republican controlled House. Still, it was a significant gesture that showed unease among the Republicans after U.S. military seized Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro in a surprise nighttime raid.
that wasn't, he called for an Uber, man. That wasn't no surprise.
No,
He said,
no,
"Come and get me, coward."
they did. They did
And
say, "Come and get me."
he sent the Delta Force limo for him.
Yeah,
He picked him up. His lady too.
yeah. And for those that aren't caught up with the news, if you didn't hear about, um, if you didn't hear about Nicolas Maduro because you live under a rock, why are you guys living under a rock? Anyways, Nicolas Maduro um, actually has an extradition to the United States. Anyways, he was also not the president of Venezuela.
No, because
He
the last election they had,
he
he
lost.
lost, and his people kept him in power because they're part of that drug cartel he'd been running.
Right, right, and I think it. And he was what in power for about 12 years until we
Oh,
moved in. I think it was
he
12 years or
he
more.
spent quite a while in that seat, and the people that opposed him or spoke out against him wound up disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
They get abducted or 86 or something. And
Right.
I mean, the way I see it, the coverage that I saw, and I've been looking and watching, the people in Venezuela were partying in the streets, boy.
Mm-hmm.
They were having
Mm-hmm.
a fiesta. It was happy,
Yeah.
and
Now
there was actually
I
an
did.
interview
I
with
did
one
see
lady
a
that,
video. I did see a video where they had some people in Venezuela that were calling for him to be released. But the thing is, like, if you watch the video and you see the angles that it's at, you're like, they act like it's 1,000 people or most of Venezuela. It was maybe like 12 people, and it was good camera angles and camera work. So
wow,
anybody that thinks that Venezuelans are begging for this gentleman back, I mean, no. There's
yeah,
maybe a
well,
select few, and most of those are probably criminals. What those
I
that
guess
were
they're not that
there.
good at AI yet.
Yeah, those that were there were definitely either criminals or wives or daughters or whatever to criminals.
Part
Because
of that
most of what I
syndicate.
saw was women. Most of what I saw
Part
was
of,
women. I didn't see men out there protesting for his release. So that is a military operation, and we're
yeah,
covering it. And what
what
is
I
your
saw was
thoughts
one
on that?
oh yeah, yeah. One interview I saw in particular, there was this lady, and it was actually live. You could tell it wasn't AI at all. It was definitely an interview that was going on, and she said, "Thank you, Mr. Trump. You're the only one in the whole world that come and set us free and gave us what we need. And thank you so much. We love you." Da da da. And then they panned right back to the people partying in the streets with the flags and the signs and everything. They're
Hmm.
all drinking tequila and party poppers, the whole nine. You know what? The way I see it, if the people of Venezuela are happy, I'm happy. You know,
Right,
even though our president may have said, you know what, I'm doing this without you, Congress,
right,
because it was the right thing to do. That guy was not in power properly, just like you said a minute ago.
right.
He usurped the presidential seat by staying in it and keeping his
Hmm.
thugs in charge to keep the new guy that everybody voted for in Venezuela out.
Right.
and that is the banana republic thing, right? Get rid of
Right.
your adversaries that are political, and keep
Hmm.
maintaining the stage. You know, so I think not only that. Here's the real deal. It's not just because is it the right thing or was it the wrong thing to do
Hmm.
strategically. And if you've ever played the game Risk ever in your life, we can't let the enemy get over here on this hemisphere and get in our
Hmm.
backyard
Hmm.
because Russia and China were both vying with Venezuela to do business for
Right.
oil and
Right.
yada yada. And we,
Right.
if we as a country, Trump, our military, our generals, our joint chiefs of staff, if we didn't make the decision to go in there and do that, then we really would be in some big trouble because we need to keep our foothold here on this side of the planet, this side of the game board, basically. Because if Russia or China or both of them get in there on our side in our backyard, we're in big trouble. Not only money wise, but military wise,
Right.
and thus, I mean, I hear people saying that we're becoming an empire. We're no longer a
Mhm.
republic or
We're
whatever. We're being an empire, like
authoritarian.
Rome. But you know what? I'm happy to be on the side of the new empire
Yeah. Right.
for certain reasons because we don't want to become a third world country. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Hell no,
No.
couldn't do it.
So Blackbird asked, didn't the one they voted in end up unalived?
I heard
I'm
something
not.
about that too.
Yeah.
That I
I've
didn't do.
heard
I didn't get a
something.
whole lot of research on it because a bunch of it didn't show up, or I got curtailed to something else online because
Hmm.
they write the algorithm and they let you see what they want you to see. But
Right.
um,
Yeah.
there were a couple of snippets that that guy might have been disappeared,
Right.
removed or whatnot, unalived. It's good that we did what we did
Right.
because now the people can put
Right.
who they want in power. Actually, we're now friends with our backyard neighbors, and we can share things.
Hmm.
And it's either going to be. I did hear something about that too. Poison, yeah. There was
Yeah.
some
I think it was.
scuttlebutt about that, but I couldn't find it again after I looked for it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's a good thing that we have that because having that relationship with our neighbor right in our backyard, they
Hmm.
can then not only do they have our protection, but we have
Hmm.
theirs. We have their backup, and
Yeah.
our money for God's sake, could possibly get back on the gold standard, which would be fantastic because like I know, our money went off the gold
Right.
standard years ago, and if you look at it, we wound up our money was on the drug standard and the
Hmm.
oil
Yeah.
standard, poppy
Yeah.
fields in Iraq, oil fields in Iraq, and then lithium ion came in. That's Afghanistan. That's why we were there, you
Hmm.
know. And so all those commodities is what our dollar keeps changing to. That's why it's so fragile. So like we're on thin ice with our dollar. But if we get back
Right.
with Venezuela, we get all that oil, plus they get our oil and our protection. We're friends, we're buddies, we share. That's good.
Hmm.
But also all that gold and mineral rights that they have there that we keep out of the hands of China and Russia.
Right. Yeah. Which,
And if we keep it out
speaking
of
of
their
China
hands,
and
we're doing well, and Venezuela will do well.
speaking of China and Russia, they before the attack, they actually had some tankers that ran away from Venezuela because they knew what was going to happen, and they knew, and everybody that keeps talking about this is just for oil or what? Well, why shouldn't we do things that are in the best interest of America, anyways? Like if other countries are raking us over the coal to
Yeah,
and pretty much fucking us over, why not do
yeah,
something in the best interest for and it's not just for America, it could be in the best interest for everyone globally, you
yeah.
know. So when you have somebody like uh in power like him, Ma- uh, Maduro, and somebody's going to get onto me for not being able to roll my R's, but it's all right. Um,
All right, you're a white guy. It's good.
yeah,
It's all good. Maduro. His name Maduro. That
yeah,
boy over there named Maduro.
Madura. Um, so
It ain't
taking somebody
Toby.
out like that, taking somebody out like that, especially when you already have like an extradition to the United States for other crimes unrelated to just drug and whatnot. It
Oh
does
yeah,
help.
dude.
It
They
does
had
help with the
extradition
best
papers on him for
interest.
a long time.
So if you're one of those people that keep talking about America first, why that's a step towards America first. A step
You know,
towards making the American dollar worth what it should be, and you know bringing in assets and other itemized things like that. Oil, good. A war on drugs, yeah, that's bad. So drugs are bad. Okay, so we are the ones who finance them to be able to get the oil to begin with. Exactly. There you go, Blackbird. You're right. 100%. You know.
sorry about that. I had to step away a
No, no,
second
you're.
there and get
It's all right.
some of this tea. I mean, I don't know how many of you Americans out there, how many of you guys watching the show will not get hit with that Mack truck of a flu that's going around right now.
Mm,
Man, I'm still fighting the end of it. It's trying to hang on, so I had to go get my special tea,
right. Get
and
your specialty.
that way I'm fighting that with a little bit of
Right.
German special cough syrup.
As a matter of fact, you know what? That this might be better for you. Can you see that, David? If I put the
Oh, it's a little small, but oh man, I can't read it. But
oh no, it
you know,
should
when
big.
we had that other screen last week, and it had the white part on one corner or one edge, and it showed it bigger. Okay, there we
How about
go.
that
I
one?
see some.
Oh, so Blackbird
Oh yeah,
said I was mistaken.
right.
His brother was poisoned. Is that better with the comments on the screen for you, David?
Yeah, yeah. Now I can
Okay.
see that. That's
All right.
working out.
Yeah. So we're gonna make some changes so David can see the screen. He is working with probably his cell phone, which is fine.
I don't have one of them fancy computers yet for this.
Uh,
I'm
oh, it's okay. That's all right. Well,
gonna
we'll
get me
get you to
a
that point.
tablet here in a little while.
We'll get you a whole setup.
I think I'm gonna get a
It didn't.
tablet with one little thingamajigs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. If you have a tablet, tablets work really good. I know.
yeah.
My buddy Rescue uses a tablet for
I
his
gotta
live
get
stream.
me one of them with
Yeah,
that little miniature keyboard on it, and you can just
yeah.
roll it up.
Blackbird said, "Oh, drink some Captain. That will cure you."
Captain is a great idea, and I just didn't have the money for it. However, the old German style and has
Oh,
that starts with a J.
Jägermeister.
It is made out of 56 selected botanicals. It is all natural. That's the same as, or better than NyQuil or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with all the dipping hydramine and acetaminophen and all that crap. I
Yeah.
normally do those to knock it out like a 1-2 combo. It helps out. Oh, not only that, but like these thingamajigs, I'm not going to advertise them because we're not sponsored or nothing. But if anybody wants, if you're a naturalist like I am, or
Mm-hmm.
anybody that doesn't want to trust big pharma no more, like I don't, um, it's it's oil of oregano with black seed oil. And I know
Mm-hmm.
it's going on a lot of commercials online and stuff like that. I see those, but I've always known about it, and I've just finally got a hold of some good um, stock of that, and it's really helping out.
Yeah.
Because my wife and my kids are worse off than I am with this thing. They're like, "How'd you beat it in 24 hours?" I was like, "I don't think I'm really done yet, but I'm better than you are." But that's because I'll do stuff like drink lemon ginger tea and
Mm-hmm.
take this oregano, black seeds and stuff. And they're like, I don't know, I don't trust this. I'm like, yeah, well, see how long you take to get over it than I do. Nah, but we do a lot of good homemade chicken soup, so that really helps out people if you do that. Take you some
Yep.
chicken with
So
the bone in and everything, and boil it in the water with some
right.
onions and green onion and shallots and the
Hey.
put in some potatoes and carrots and all that great stuff and leeks. The leek is the big
Yeah.
looks like a giant green onion. Put that stuff in there. Squeeze a whole lemon in that thing and drop it in there with the rind. Boil it up. That's going to help you out. If you have this flu
Yeah.
going on, people.
She knows what the Moonchild knows what those are. So speaking of tankers, U.S. intercepts fifth sanctioned tanker. This is from Marine Times.
About garlic
Um,
and clove. Yes, I got to say there, Blackbird, you're right. Okay, sorry, but
so no, you're all right. U.S. forces boarded another oil tanker in the Caribbean Sea on Friday. The U.S. military, well, today, military said, as the Trump administration
okay.
targets sanctioned tankers traveling to and from Venezuela as part of a broader effort to take control of the South American country's
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
The
I don't like how much so much how the media is putting it out there where
mhm,
it just we're making Orange Man bad or he's doing
mhm,
this, he's stealing the oil. Look, we're not stealing it, okay?
no,
We saved those people from a dictator that was
excuse me.
ruthless. He was worse than Saddam. We took him out, and now we're sharing, and they have plenty of it, and they're okay with that. They get their freedom, and they get the choice of who they want in there. They're also
Mhm,
going to have their lifestyle that they want, plus our protection.
right.
And if I was in any other country in the world, I don't know who the hell else I want country protection from than the U.S. Because we
Mhm,
do have the best Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Air Force, everybody. We got the best of best. The
oh,
best of the
don't
best
forget
anywhere
Space
there is.
Force. Don't forget about
It's,
Space Force.
it's crazy. It's crazy. As crazy and
Oh,
funny as that is, it's
yeah.
true. But you know what? Now the Coast
Oh
Guard can make
no.
fun of somebody else. So
Moonchild, Blackbird can't see you. Open your eyes. Oh, that's okay. So anybody that is confused that may not be seeing people, okay, I am also doing this in vertical as well as horizontal. Vertical gets you a lot more views because it goes through the shorts. So I'm kind of double dipping. So if you don't see somebody, it's not because they blocked you or anything. It's because they're probably on. You're probably on vertical. I think, yeah, I think Blackbird, I think you're on the vertical one, and Moonchild is on the horizontal. So sorry about the confusion. No, she did not block you.
I got like a double screen thing on there in both
Yeah.
horizontal
Do
level.
you see a little on your screen? Do you see a little thing down on the left hand
I
side
do
that
have a.
says show vertical,
Oh no,
hide
no,
vertical?
there's no instruction for that now.
You
I
know,
got a
okay.
ticker of the people's names coming up.
Okay. That's
A
why
ticker on
you're
anything.
having that's why you're having a different screen than I am because on the computer I can actually hide the vertical while I'm in the horizontal. But
Something
I
about
could
stream
also
field. I got to figure out.
yeah, yeah, see I could also pull it up as well and I'm really not in the shot. So anybody that can't really see us in vertical, sorry. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, welcome back. If it all fails, hey, yeah, dude, cool, man. You were going through the shorts and found me live. Didn't know I was live. All right, cool. I'm glad to have you back. If it all fails was on in the chat last night when I had Scott and I was interviewing Scott for Veteran Voices. So everybody, welcome. If it all fails to the chat.
Hey, hey, welcome in, brother.
And I apologize too if you guys see me like dip down my head. was running late and haven't had dinner, and Chaos made me dinner, and I'm eating dinner now, boy. Streaming, so
Oh,
dipping my head out of the way so I'm not disgusting. So, what's up,
just
dudes?
shove it in your mouth, guys. Hey,
Yeah,
how's it
just
going,
be
brother?
like, like, look at that. That's some good stuff right there.
That's good
Anybody
glove
that,
there, buddy.
yeah, anybody that doesn't like Hamburger Helper, what is wrong with you?
Hey, you didn't grow up Americana like we did. You drinking out of the
Yeah.
hose and eating hamburger helper. You ain't American,
Mm-hmm.
or at least mac and cheese, even if it's the powdered stuff, especially if it's
Right.
powdered.
Yeah, she snuck it in. Oh, okay. You just got home. Cool. Yeah, it looks like
Nice,
Chili Mac.
nice.
It
Hope you want to
actually.
join us for tonight's talks. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, anything from
Yeah.
Venezuela to JD Vance to Minnesota, the
Yeah.
Somali skinnies, and
Great
even some
segue.
things that I picked up tonight about Jesse Ventura, which it might be a little confusing to y'all because it was to me. Um,
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up.
I
Go ahead and talk about it, sir.
Yeah. Oh, really? You think so? Okay. Well, why not? Jesse Ventura back in the day, he was governor of Minnesota, right?
There you go.
So when he was doing that, he was like it was like Ted Nugent took over. You know what I mean? And everybody loved that guy. Everybody loved him, the way he did things. He was all American and this and that. And tonight I was like I was like wondering myself. I was like, what is he doing these days? What out? Where has he been? What's he thinking now? What's going on with Minnesota with all these Somalians over there illegally just setting up these daycares that ain't real and stealing y'all's taxpayer money. Now, and then there's the fact that Jesse Ventura went he was actually interviewed, and I did find an interview of him. It was like 7 minute and a half, something like that. And I was surprised, very surprised to hear he was very anti-ICE. Um, and
Hmm.
I don't think everybody has to be pro-ICE, but I think ICE is a good thing because we're getting rid of the illegal gangbangers, cartel members, illegal the pedos that are from those places, and drug dealers, things like that. And if these bleeding heart libtards would just get out of the way, quit blocking traffic, quit becoming a problem for ICE, that lady wouldn't have got shot if she would just been like, wait a minute, ICE is getting rid of the bad people in our place. Why am I out here with the rest of these idiots? But I don't know. She didn't have that mindset. Plus, if we didn't learn anything else over time in the last decade or so, um, if you're messing when it comes to federal police, the FAFO is true. It's real. You will find out. You don't mess around with federal police. And I mean, they have that license. They're already given them the go ahead before they get there. So, I mean, anytime that you're detained or obstructed or whatever by the cops, by any kind of police, just be a good person, be a good citizen. Don't get in their way. Don't go messing with them, and don't try to stop them from what they're doing and holding their cars back. You know that they could just run you over in 2.2 seconds. I mean, get the hell out of the way. Stop obstructing their job. Let them do their job. Uh,
Hmm.
you get shot. I mean, I don't. If I was that ICE officer, I would not have pulled the trigger myself. I would have used a taser. Um, Waited for that person to come back around because if they're going to be like that all day, which she was doing that all day before that one instant happened. It wasn't just that one time where it just happened right off there. It was all
Hmm.
day. They were swarming these ICE folks, these ICE officers doing their job, and they were impeding their work. I mean, next time you see the FBI out on the street gaggling up to a building they're going to go in, try to run in front of them and stop them. I mean, what do you think
Oh
they're
yeah.
going to do? They're going
Hmm.
to toss you out of the way. They're going to handcuff you. They're going to zip tie you. Whatever. They're going to taser you. I mean, Get out of the way. If I don't care what your protest is, just stay out of the way of them, and you'll be fine.
Mhm.
Protest
Right.
them all you want. Yell at them, spit at them, yell, say what you got to say, but don't go touching them. Don't cross
Yeah.
the line.
Assaulting assaulting
Yeah,
anyone is not a protest. It's not a
yeah,
protest.
or using a vehicle as
No.
a means of weapon, even if she didn't mean to. It was taken that
Mm.
way, and that guy apparently was already run down by a vehicle before. But I mean, going back to the Jesse Ventura, I was very surprised to hear that he was anti-ICE and he went back to his home high school
Mhm.
and he was very proud of his high school. He said he wanted to get in there and do an assembly and tell them how proud he was of them that they fought against ICE and kept ICE off their property from getting in there and grabbing somebody.
Mhm.
Okay, that's great and all, but you know what? What if you were a part of that mass of students protecting who you thought was just okay people, but you found out later that okay so and so from outside that was illegal or supposedly
Mhm.
illegal that ICE was there to pick up. That person had raped someone's cousin, beat
Mhm.
someone's daughter, had you know sold drugs to many different kids and with high dose of fentanyl, and they all died. Or
Right.
somebody mugged someone's grandma and killed her. You know, then you're like, wait a minute, why do we protect these people? So I mean, ICE
Right.
doesn't. They're not just running around bullying people. They have
Mhm.
select intelligence of where people are. They know that they're dangerous people, and it was because of the flood that the Biden administration, the floodgates they opened up, letting
Mhm.
all these millions of people in every day, and now we
Right.
got to clean our country out. We got to clean our
Mhm.
country out. How else are you going to do that? Tell me, if you were in charge, how are
Mhm.
you going to deal with finding those people that were not Venezuelan people, but they got Venezuelan papers because
It,
they went. There was folks that was Haji Islamists from ISIS and also
mhm.
the other terrorist groups and things like that that had come over and they got papers from Venezuela because they
Right.
just had that hookup from that crooked president and his people, and they had
Ex-
papers that said, "Hey, look, I'm Venezuelan."
mhm.
Dude got a turban on his head and all this other stuff, whatever. Venezuelan
Right. Hey, let
don't
me
shake a lick of hand, but they're here.
let me
So we got to hunt them down and get them now. It's like
interrupt you there
not a
a
call.
second. Let me interrupt you there, gun truck. Um,
Sure.
let's do this kind of hypothetical for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're libertarian. It doesn't matter if you're
Yeah.
Democrat, Independent, Republican. Okay, somebody comes to your yard and sets up a tent. Right? Do you care how nice that person is, or are they trespassing? Think about that.
100%.
Everybody that is complaining and arguing about this, unfortunately, America does have laws, and I've heard this several times from peak politicians, right? Big time politicians. They keep saying what? Nobody is above the law. But yet, when it comes to somebody that has come into this country uninvited, and there are laws set in the US code that says you cannot come here illegally, right? There are ways that you can come in here. You can get a visa, work visa. You can come through a port of entry, right? So, when somebody is actually enforcing the law, yes, it's a civil law, but it's still a law, and somebody is enforcing that to remove somebody that is trespassing that set up a tent in your yard, and they go to remove it, and you have people that you don't know, right? You don't like they're your neighbors maybe, but you don't really know them, and they come and they start attacking that law enforcement officer that is removing somebody that is trespassing from your house or from your property. That's the same concept. That's the same exact concept. Okay.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it, you know I understand that police have a bad rap because law enforcement has cameras in front of their face almost 24/7. I have not found a career other than police officers that has so much cam. How many times have we protested for a medical malpractice? How many times have we protested for somebody that got our shipment wrong? How many people have protested Amazon for losing a package?
Mm.
We're protesting against laws. This is why I made a post the other day or yesterday, and I said I'm starting to see that Democrats are becoming the party of lawlessness, or worse, anarchy. When they
Oh,
want
here,
to,
if all else fails, says she's a career paid actor,
yeah,
a protester.
I've seen
And you know
pictures
what?
of
That is a
her.
thing. I've seen some stuff
Oh
about that.
wow,
That is a thing.
yeah,
Definitely when all the riots were going on. All the riots were going on. Who is supplying the pallets of bricks?
right, right.
Molotov
And
cocktails.
I actually saw a video too earlier today that when you see those yellow and yeah, it was yellow and black signs at these protests that are like professionally printed.
Yeah,
I
they didn't
can't
make
remember
those.
the name of yeah,
They got handed
I
out.
can't remember the name of the group, but there's a acronym for that group, and they're in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and
But
that's. I believe that it goes back to Soros and all them other folks.
what I also okay, I might get a lot of hate for this, but I don't really care because I'm not about dehumanizing anybody. Okay, whether it's a law enforcement officer, I don't care if they're liberal, I don't care if they're a communist or anything like that. Uh, First and foremost, these are people that are American. Like Miss Good was an American, and I don't like seeing because I'm a centrist. Okay, so I sit kind of in the middle, and I see both sides. I see the good and I see the bad on both sides. Okay, I don't like it when I see people kind of saying, fuck her. She's a piece of shit. Okay, she doesn't have the same ideology, but I can still show sympathy towards the family because all in all, we lost an American. It was an unfortunate, tragic event that
Yeah,
shouldn't have happened. You know, if
yeah,
she hadn't been there, it wouldn't have happened.
right.
Or if she had been there and she didn't try to obstruct, it wouldn't have happened. Okay.
Or she would have just let them pull her out the vehicle and arrest
Yeah.
her. Then
Yeah.
okay,
Guys,
you
and
know,
that I'm glad you brought that up too, because guess what? Don't fight in the street. If you think ICE is kidnapping somebody and you think it's unlawful, take it to the courts, right?
yeah,
Fight it in the courts. If
let
somebody
them
is
arrest
going to
you, let them do
detain
their
you,
thing, and
yeah,
due
detain you
process.
for obstruction, and hey, it could be like you just stood in their way and you didn't know what was going on, and they're like, oh, you're obstructing us. Let them arrest
Mm,
you. More than likely
yeah,
what they're going to do is find out it was just a mistake and they're just removing you from
yeah,
this area you know
yeah. Or
um
or you can play the game. You can play the game
yeah,
and be like, yo, hey, I really didn't mean to do that. I was just there
that is
and
true.
I tried to get out of their way and then I gave up because I was actually innocent. You know,
Right,
and you can get away with it. Or maybe you might actually get a lawsuit out of, oh, he twisted my wrist too hard. You
right,
know,
right.
we just don't fight the feds, dude. It's
Yeah,
you're not
don't.
gonna.
Yeah, I have a lot as a truck driver. I have a lot of encounters with law enforcement. They pull me over for stupid stuff, right? You know how many times I've walked away without getting a bullet? I'm still here
Yeah,
every
right.
single
No,
time.
never once have I
Every
been shot
single
by a
time.
cop. I gotta
Right.
say that. Never once have I got shot by a cop.
No.
And if all else fails, makes a good point here. He says they are organizers, and these are people that don't have jobs, and they're
Mm-mm.
I don't know, system writers or whatnot, and they're just getting paid to do this
Right.
kind of thing because they see when it happens, they're like, "Ooh, I'll go out
That
there and do stupid shit for money."
that is
Yeah,
true.
that's what
Okay.
they did in the season of love over there
Right.
was it right in Looneyville, right over here
Right.
where I'm at in
Oh.
Kentucky. I'm south of Looneyville, but out there they had the cops going crazy, and they were having
Mhm.
riots left and right, and cops are out there beating them down, and
Right.
all the people were like, "Oh, the Louisville cops are so bad to us these days. They're so tyrannical." No, you're the
Mhm.
dumbasses out there causing ruckus,
Right.
and you're ruining
Yeah.
your own damn city, your own damn
Um.
businesses, and things like that.
Well.
You're burning stuff down and hurting innocent people, but the cops are the ones that are doing the wrong thing. Come on,
Well. Also,
not
too,
true. God bless you.
if you, thank you. If your rhetoric is fuck all cops, fuck ICE, kill cops, kill ICE, run them over, they don't deserve to live. They're Nazis. They're kidnappers. They're murderers. The way I look at it, I am not an ICE agent, but if I kept hearing that, like how many of you are on social media and hear somebody accuse you of something and how irate and how like, wait, why are they accusing me of that? What? And then you see a vehicle coming at you, you don't think that was a the like he really feared for his life, because that's the rhetoric, and that's the rhetoric that is coming out of the left. It
No, but it
is.
wasn't just rhetoric. I mean, that
Yeah.
particular guy, they
Well,
say, was already drugged behind or drugged with a vehicle or by a vehicle and
mhm.
had 30 some odd stitches because of it. And he went back
Yeah.
to doing the job
Right.
a couple of weeks ago, prior, a month ago or so.
Right.
You know, I mean, so the guy already has, if you want to put it the way that anybody else is saying, he already has PTSD from being drugged
Mhm.
by a vehicle down the road.
Right.
You know? And so he pulled his weapon and he discharged it. Um, I don't think it was that was what he should have jumped to, but it
Right.
was within his federal right because he was
Right.
threatened by a vehicle as a weapon.
Right. Right. And the
I mean, whether you
policy
like it or
for
not.
DHS, Department of Homeland Security, the policy is that you are not supposed to intentionally or unreasonably uh, be in a situation where you discharge your weapon in a or use deadly force. Now,
Right.
let's think about that. In intention, all right. Hey, you're obstructing us from doing our jobs. Like I saw the video. Everybody saw the video. Hopefully, and you see what looks like they're unmarked, but you could tell that they have emergency lights on them, strobe lights. When you see that,
Right.
okay, you try to block a cop trying to go to a murder scene, right? Just
Yeah.
put your car in front of it. You
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna do something to you
They
because
will
it is
ram
the
your car.
law. It is actually a law and it's posted on signs all throughout my state, Oklahoma. It says move over for emergency vehicles. That is a
Yeah.
law. You
Otherwise,
can
it's
get, yeah,
obstruction.
yeah. So, you can't sit there and say, well, I didn't know that they were, agents or anything like that. They have emergency vehicles. So you're actively obstructing them, which is against the law already. They're going to detain you for obstruction. And guess what? Hey, it's probably a slap on the wrist, maybe a $500 fine. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. I'm not an expert on Minnesota law, but most states, that's pretty much what it is. It's just a fine. You're going to be released. Boom. No problem. Right.
Yeah,
So,
and you know what? Actually, with them being in that area of Minneapolis, a sanctuary state,
mhm.
if you got arrested as an obstructor to ICE,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they'll just let you go with a slap on the wrist.
And yeah, and
I
and,
mean,
and it's a pretty
they've
liberal
actually the
area.
governor there has actually said this is a sanctuary state
Yeah,
area.
it is a pretty liberal area. Okay, and we'll get into the governor as well, or no, it wasn't the governor. Yeah, the governor and the mayor too. great stuff about them. Ho ho ho. Stuff I wouldn't have said, but
Oh,
um,
tampon Tim.
yeah,
That
like okay,
guy's backpedaling these days, though. I'll tell you what.
they you know they're
Not only
contributing
is he
to that
stepping
bad
down from the next
rhetoric.
go ahead, not only is he stepping down, but and he's trying to save face now. But he's also, here's what I find particularly
Oh,
troublesome.
I didn't see that.
What I find, let's see what he said there. I saw a later video of their
Oh,
with the phone.
she
Yep,
yelled,
yep.
"Drive with him in front of her car." Yeah,
I saw something on that, but I couldn't make
and I
heads or tails of that.
and
But
it
what I
looks like
saw,
the officer that was in front was kind of distracted by whoever was wearing that white hat in the video. I don't know who that was.
there was four officers. One went to the door. One was
Mm,
backing him up. There was another
yeah,
one coming out of the truck, and there was the one in front of her truck.
right. The officer, the agent that was struck and shot was actually on the passenger side, starting to walk to the other side to back them up. And from the
Yeah,
video I saw, it looked like his head was looking at somebody. There was like a person with a white hat that was close by. And it looked like he was getting distracted as he was walking that way. And then he looked, and then she was coming like right at him, is what it looked like. I'm not a video
yeah.
expert.
It was very confusing, and it's just
Yeah.
from that one video instance. Oh, hello, this is my lovely wife, Tina.
Hello,
She
Tina.
is a
Hey, my friend.
Well,
she's a 23-year,
Or
24 years, and
messy
she's
hair.
also taking care of veterans in her career.
yeah.
And I'm one of
My
them.
number one
I'm
patient.
I'm her number. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so she's
when she gets better,
due to come up.
she's gonna be interviewed on the. So we were supposed to have
I'm
her
trying
up
my hardest.
on
Shut up,
Wednesday.
Sadie.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
My
I
take
know
care
it's
of your
our
health.
dog.
Do your
my
family.
hair is a mess. I
Yeah,
have no makeup on. I'm
it's
looking
okay.
rough.
You're still
Oh,
beautiful, sis. You're still
my
beautiful.
crazy
Oh,
redhead.
thank you.
My crazy
I gotta
redhead.
show him something quick.
Uh
So we were
uh.
talking about our spouses.
I went. Yeah, just go ahead there, Audi.
Okay.
The guy with the white hat? I didn't
Yeah,
pay attention to that. Tell me about that.
yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a guy. I couldn't tell. I heard that it could have been um Miss Good's lover. I don't know. I don't know if it was a guy or gal. If it all fails, said, "Hey, Tina." Um, but it looked like from the video that it, whoever it was with the white hat was kind of distracting the agent, and which I mean, anything could distract anything. You know, it was a lot going on. I don't know how many protesters were out there because
Well, let's
there's
put it
three
this way,
different
brother. You
angles and
were
a lot going on.
you were active duty army like I was,
Oh,
and
it
you
was
were
a
deployed
female.
like I was, right?
Hmm.
And being out there in the field on foot around a
Hmm.
bunch of people that are totally not you and don't know you, don't have to care for you. They probably want to
Right,
kill you. I
right.
mean, and you're out there with weapons loaded, and you're on red status, and you don't
Hmm.
know who you can trust, but you're out there having to guide traffic and do whatever else and take care of people and try to help the injured, even if they're from that country and not just your guys. You don't know who you can
Hmm.
trust.
Hmm.
And not to mention ICE officers are not just ICE officers, okay? People don't realize they're like the
Mm.
general public doesn't understand that ICE officers are probably comprised of veterans like you and me.
Right. Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
got PTSD. We've been out there, we've been in the shit, we've been shot at, we've been shot, we've been shooting
Hmm.
people. I mean, we've been right there in the mix, and you have to make split second decisions
Hmm.
with lives on your hands.
Right. Right. Did you
And
ever
you're
do
the
that?
one that's got to make the right decision. And if you
Right.
don't, you go to jail. And you don't
Yeah.
want to go to military prison if you're a military soldier. you know,
Yeah.
so
Did you
these
ever
guys are doing
when you
that.
were in, David? When you were
Yeah,
in, did you ever do that? I forgot what it's called. It's where um you got a big screen in front of you, and you got the laser air rifles, whatever they look like, M4s or 50 cals or 249s, and it's a virtual, like it's supposed to teach you about how to react to certain things, and they play different scenarios. Did you ever do that? If it all fails, did you ever do that? I can't remember what it's
Uh,
called.
no, I didn't. I don't recall such thing. But we
Uh,
only had simulated driver machines because I was 88 Mike. You
no,
know,
okay.
um, that was my last 6 years. My first 8 years was air defense artillery. There was no
Right.
virtual training whatsoever.
well, they
Uh,
I'll have to look it up, but there are some places I can't remember where it is, but they like for a great date night, they have the same kind of system. You can go and actually in a safe environment, not real life, it's all simulated, it's video, and it reacts to whatever you do. But it's a kind of like a shoot, don't shoot scenario, and they throw all this
yeah,
stuff at you, right?
yeah,
And
right,
cops do it. I'm pretty sure the
okay,
federal agents do it. I know
yeah,
we did it in the military. I did it. I know that. And it would be as simple as they have one of those scenarios was a soldier was in the video in front of us, and they said, you're at a gate, you're guarding this gate, and the soldier in front was like, hey, there's a white van coming, and to amp up your adrenaline, and you like, oh shoot, and it's a shoot don't shoot scenario, and the van comes by, right? And in the first scenario that I had, they threw a bag of trash out, but we lit that van up.
yeah. Because you
Lit
don't
it
know
up.
that bag of trash full of C4.
Right.
You have no idea.
Yeah, there
I
yeah,
mean,
that yeah.
it could have been a bag of goat heads,
Right.
but
It could have been a bag full of explosives. We don't know, But then they
and
stopped it
when
and
you
they're
don't know
like,
and you're like that, you have to defend your
yeah,
position and your people.
right. Yeah. So, I mean, that right there,
Okay,
like,
grab the 9 mil. 1 second, I have an incursion in my front yard. I might have to go grab my 9 mil. Hang on.
oh, okay.
Keep
I'm
going.
gonna I'm gonna put him backstage for a little bit until he comes back. But anyways, yeah, I think it was at Fort Jackson. We had that at Fort Hood. And it was really interesting, but I'm gonna tell you guys, it's one of the safest things, and it really gives you an in-depth. If you guys can find something like that in your area, I suggest all these people that hate cops, hate federal agents, hate whatever, you need to go try those out and see how good you do. And we can all sit here and be armchair quarterbacks and look at it after the fact and say, "Oh, well, if I was in that situation, I would." You don't know what you would have done. Absolutely not. You don't know what you would have done. Now, I I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have shot. I don't know. I can't say I wouldn't have shot. I may have shot if it was me. So, when you're in a high stress environment and you have that kind of rhetoric, it's different when you're on deployment because you know that the enemy is actually out there to actually kill you. They want to kill you. You just don't know who your enemy is. It could have been the guy that came to the market, um that had all those bootleg DVDs that you bought all the time. You never know. So this is different, you know. Um, is America gonna become is not America, but is Minnesota gonna start becoming a war zone? I don't think so. But when gun truck comes back, we'll talk a little bit about it. But I know some of you have probably heard what Tim Walz said, Tampon Tim. Uh, he said that he would mobilize the Minnesota National Guard. And he kind of said, just so y'all know, these are Minnesotians. And there he is. He's back. Hold on, let me get him.
There you go. All
There
right.
we go. All right, got it taken care of.
And where it was, ran across the street really hard.
Yeah. So I opened up as you were about sitting down. I was opening up about Tim Walz talking about
Oh, that guy.
mobilizing the Minnesota National Guard and reminding everybody that they're Minnesotians. So the National Guard
Yeah.
is gonna, yeah.
That is definitely a concern
Mm,
because
right.
the National Guard is comprised of citizen soldiers. Okay.
Right.
Now they work and live and breathe in their neighborhoods. Right there with them.
Right.
And there's no soldier on this planet. And when you go through the process like you and I did of becoming a soldier for the United States and for our people, and when you become a National Guardsman, that's even a bigger kind of responsibility because the people in your local neighborhoods and your city depend on you, and they know that you are a soldier citizen. And you mean lawyers, doctors, pharmacy,
Mhm.
Walmart people, you know, your local pet store, person you love every day. You see him every day. Hey John, hey
Right.
Ben, how you doing? Whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting the dog food that I want you to get. That guy has rank, and he's out there, and he has a gun in his hand, and he's going to
Mhm.
enforce the law. But he's not going to want to shoot on his own people. None of us soldiers would ever do that. Marine
Mhm.
soldiers, Airmen, Navy, nobody. We don't want to
No.
go against our own damn people. And how the hell do you think, as a governor, as Walls is, going to call in one federal unit against another federal unit?
Yeah.
That is just asking for trouble.
Mhm.
I mean, you can't. I mean, you give soldiers their orders to go out and carry out their orders. However, wait, are my orders lawful? And why would I go against federal agents as a soldier amongst my people? And then I have to
Right.
regulate both my people and the federal agents. I'm not
Right.
the end all be all law here. And you just can't do that. That's pulling out that's Perseus pulling his sword and his shield to fight Medusa while stabbing himself.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you it's utterly stupid. You're
Yeah.
taking two federal forces and trying to put them against each other with
Right.
the civilians in the middle, causing a
Right.
problem. How do you get rid of that? I mean, the commanders of their National Guard should be like, you know what, Mr. Waltz, you're psycho.
Mhm.
We're going to negate what you're talking about because they do have the right to do that.
Right.
The military. I mean, okay, look, they're governed and
You have
sanctioned by the
every
governor
right.
of the state,
Yeah.
but when it's a unlawful order, that should
Yeah.
be federal against federal. That's unlawful. That's going to cause bedlam and unrest.
Right.
You don't
Right.
put two federal agencies against each other and let the civilians antagonize it.
Right. There's
It's utterly stupid.
a lot of people believe that American soldiers, and it is kind of true that you have to follow orders. The only time you do not have to follow orders, and you can refuse orders if there's two instances: if it's illegal and it's immoral.
That's right.
Those two things you can, like it's so simple. Like you can't have somebody, your commander say, "Oh, I don't like that I don't like that Haji baby over there. Kill it." Uh, no,
You can't do that.
no. Oh, I don't
Dude,
like that Haji woman over there. Grape her, because we can't say that word on YouTube.
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna grape her. What the? No, that's
Anybody else right now
illegal,
watching right now?
immoral.
Let's hear from some of the people watching right now. What would you do if you were the governor, not if you weren't Tim Walz, because that
Right.
Tampon Tim, that dude is a, you know. But what would you do? What would you say if this is going on? Would you call in the National Guard to go against
Right.
the federal agency?
Well, hey, since you asked the
I
chat,
would actually assist
here's
them.
yeah. Since you asked the chat, here's what we're gonna do. We're at the 1 hour and 4 minute mark. We're gonna go ahead and take a 4 minute break, and when we come back, Gun Truck and I are gonna go ahead and open up the panel to any of you that want to hop up. So y'all don't go
yeah.
anywhere. Use the bathroom, smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
Eat,
Call a
do
friend
whatever.
in. Let's get some more people talking about this,
Yeah.
man. Because
Yeah.
the more we spread this around, the better it's going to get, and people are going to understand that.
Right.
Maybe common sense does have something to do here. With
Right.
all this shit that's going on.
So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is just a break. All right, and we're back.
Hey, let's go. Get it,
Did
get
you
with it. Let's go. Wake up.
did you get
Come
your
on, people.
smoky in? Did you get
Oh
you
man,
another
what you
drink?
want to do?
Bathroom?
It's
I can't
Game
smoke
Park. Well,
in my house.
you know what? You're right about that. Man, if I could ever get this name right, if all else fails,
Mm-hmm.
he's right. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and
Yeah.
that's so true, and it's always been true. With the Ming Empire to the Roman Empire to now gonna be the U.S. Empire, and I
Yeah.
don't care who you're, and the way I look at it, I study history, and I know that's where we're going right now.
Oh,
It's
he
not the
said you
way that
can
I
call him Mac.
prefer. Right. And it's not
Mac.
the thing that I preferred to happen because I'm a true blue constitutionalist and I want to live by the Constitution only.
Mm-hmm.
I want our
Right.
whole country to live by the Constitution. Okay. The way it's written in black and white in the Constitution, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing added, nothing taken away. We would be a perfect country if we lived it by the way our forefathers wrote it down.
Right.
Okay. And that's anybody who wants to contest that, you need to live somewhere else. And that's plain and
Right.
fucking simple. So
Right.
pack your bags and roll if you can't get with that. But
Yep.
we are about to become an empire with possibly not the best guy being, the best. Yeah, I'm doing everything about it, and we're looking at it and everything, and we're gonna take care of that. We're the best it's ever been. Okay, look, I love the guy, but he's not my hero. Okay,
Right.
he's gotten in there and he's done some good things. He's gotten in there like Mike Tyson and knocked some people out and done it right. His first term was immaculate. It was awesome. Second term came back with a vengeance, and I understand why. I get it. I would too. And
Right.
I would also handle some things like he did, like Venezuela. I would handle it the same way. But there's reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, there's some things I look at. I'm like, come on, Donnie, bring it back, reel it in,
Yep.
reel it
Really?
in. It's a little crazy there, guy. But I mean, it's the fact of the matter is, I think looking at history, when you study it and you look at the empires that raised and fall, that rose and failed, however you want. Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Germanic times, the Dark Ages, the UK, and their imperial rule. The Roman way before that. Before them was what the Sumerians. You know,
Mm-hmm.
empires rise and fall, and that's just how it is. History repeats because everybody acts the same way. We all got the same brain. The same thing happens, and
Mm-hmm.
when you get a conglomerate of people of the same mind, these same things happen all the time, and it keeps building and building, and it comes falling down. We are in the middle of where our republic is turning into an empire,
Right.
and I have to be on the side of the empire right now. And I'm glad that I'm born here, raised here, and I'm in it because
Mm-hmm.
those that aren't are going to suffer. And the reason being is that their leadership and their people didn't do more to get better like ours did.
Right. Right.
Sorry, that's just
Also,
where it is.
so everybody knows, the link is in the chat if you want to come up and join the conversation, share your opinions, your views, all that. Go ahead and
And
click that link and come on up. But I do ask that while you're backstage, you don't, if you're camera shy, you don't have to have your camera on. But if you can, backstage, put the camera on, and just to verify you for a
oh yeah,
second,
we'd love to join.
just
We'd
for
love to have you
just
join.
yeah, just for a
More the merrier,
second,
baby.
just for a second, if you see this, that means that we are making sure that you are not going to show your junk on screen. Not saying that. That's just to
Unless you
protect
got your
us.
junk out, I mean, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Me and Gun Truck
Hey, it's
can
a party here, man. Just not a sausage party, okay? So
me and Gun Truck can definitely see you with your junk in the backstage, but you know, we want to protect everybody else, you know, and
Unless you want to
so
hang out with your
it's
wang out, I
yeah,
mean that's you.
yeah. Yeah, if you want to hang out with your wang out, that's all right, but don't do it up on the panel. You could do it on backstage for sure. And if Gun Truck and I giggle, it's probably because your junk is small.
I just joke because it's fun. It's
Oh,
all
okay.
jumbly to me.
I'm Matt. I'm actually calling out Buff because usually Buff always comes out and it comes up on my panels. Where you at, Buff?
We'd love to have you
Oh,
back there.
yeah,
If all else
yeah,
fails, come on back and you put the kids to bed. Come on.
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to hear something you got to say. I want to hear something.
Yeah.
If all else fails, I want to hear what you got to say, man.
Yeah. He said you could call him Matt. His name's Matt. So you can call him Matt.
Matt,
If
all
all
right, brother.
fails is Matt. Welcome, Matt. Great guy. Great guy.
Yeah,
Matt
that was no
actually
pun intended. No pun intended there. Welcome, Matt.
it just happened that way. As a
I
matter of
caught you on
fact,
that one,
Matt,
didn't I?
yeah, as a matter of fact, Matt, get with me. You know, leave a comment on one of the videos or whatever. Get with me, and I would love to have you on Veteran
Yeah,
Voices.
You know, what'd
Tell
be
your
fun is
story.
we have it would be fun to have a third host on here. That way we can have an
Yeah,
intrinsic value
yeah.
going on.
Let's take it one step at a time.
I know. You're the producer, you're the man, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind another one. So that way we have,
yeah.
a little more appeal and try to get our numbers up past
Right.
redacted. I love that show. Have you ever seen it? I don't want to promote them or whatever, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying we're not sponsored. But the show Redacted, I love what they
Oh yeah.
do, how they
Yeah.
do it, and how they're in the middle, just like you are.
Right.
They're
Right.
in the middle, like they'll tell you both sides of the
Yeah.
story, and they don't want to be biased.
Right.
So
Yeah. I've
that's
seen
why I
them
listen to them.
redacted. They're pretty cool. They're pretty
I'd like
cool.
to have
But
them on the show one time. That would be weird. Have a show on a show.
yeah.
Have them join us.
Oh, it happens. It happens all the time on YouTube. Everybody
We should
does
do
that.
that. That would be
Show on a show.
fantastic.
You know, it would be
I think
really
I'll look
cool.
into
Do
it.
a
I think I'll try
show
to
and a
reach
show
them.
and a show. That's what we
Yeah,
need
I'll
to
try
do.
to talk to them.
Show.
I'll try to be like, hey,
Yeah.
what do you guys want to do a show with us? You know, I like the way that guy and his wife talk. How they
I do
interact,
too. I do too, Matt. I drive for a living.
interact
I'm
with
a
each
truck
other.
driver. Yeah.
I was wondering if you watched that show.
Like Buff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a local truck driver. I'm home every night. So,
I like
for those that don't
Redacted.
know, like Saturdays I do a Veteran Voices. Okay, and Fridays I'm gonna do this with Gun Truck. We're gonna cover military talk, talking about the news, basically what happened through the week, share our opinions. Everybody's more than welcome to come up there. The only time nobody else is up on my live streams is when it's Veteran Voices, because we're going to focus on that veteran and their story, because their story could help somebody else out.
Yeah, and we also want people to reach out to the show. We
Hey,
also
there
want
you
people to
go.
reach out to the show that veterans that have certain needs and things like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I want to have on the show so that we can try to do maybe a fundraiser
Yeah.
and get them the porch they need with the wheelchair access, or maybe the countertops they need because they're wheelchair
Right.
bound.
Right.
Things
And
like
we're
that.
gonna be
Special refrigerators.
we're gonna be having some veteran organizations come on and interview them as well. So this is definitely military based, tactical based, firearms. Gear reviews, all that kind of stuff. But the
Oh,
live
that's fun.
stream,
Can we show what we have?
huh?
Can we show what we have?
You cannot show a pew pew on a live though, but you can show
Oh,
all the
yeah.
other, like
That's what I was asking
I
because
can show these as long as I don't touch them. They're fine. They're fine. Like they can be in the
it's a
background. I can't.
backdrop. It's just a backdrop.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just wondering because certain people want to share what they like versus this and that and the other thing. Um, clip weapons versus revolvers, things like that.
Right.
It'd be great if we could just if
Wait.
everybody could
Did you
just
just
show
say
what they have.
clip? Did you just say clip? You know better.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not a
because
clip.
you know what? When I feed my rifle, it's a magazine. When I feed my handgun, it's clip. That's to me. That's my thinking.
Joking.
And it's not a
You're
magazine that I'm.
wrong, sir.
It doesn't have quite the amount to be a magazine if I put it in a handgun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a
You
particular
yeah,
type of.
you can have firearms and videos. You could be shooting them in videos, uploaded videos, but you could have them in live streams like I have mine back there, but if I touch it or it looks like I touched it, the YouTube will shut me down right then and there, or
What
at
a
least the live
shame.
stream. Well, the
What a
reason why they
shame.
did that is because there were some people that decided that they wanted to go to social media and unalive themselves, and so
Well,
to
that's
protect,
terrible.
yeah, to
Yeah, I
protect
guess. I mean,
people from
it's got to be
seeing that
hard to.
gruesomeness, they had to kind of do that. So if you touch a firearm on a live stream, they're going to shut you down.
It's got
That's
to be
true.
hard to regulate
Yeah,
regulation of that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Um.
so uh, if you're a firearms instructor and you're doing a live stream, don't do a live stream where you're trying to show somebody something on a weapon. You got to do a video.
So
Just
then, here's something that I was wondering, how many out there feel that JD Vance is in the right about how he supports ICE.
I haven't heard anything about JD Vance. What's up going on? Give me
Um,
updated. I don't
there
watch the
was a
news.
lot. There was a lot of controversy earlier today and since that shooting took place with ICE and then the lady in the
Mhm.
truck, um, he said, and he came out very vehemently, and he said, "Look, you are out there obstructing federal officers' job." And and as he understood it, the lady was a part of this mob that was harassing them, that ICE group, all day until
Mm.
that video was taken, which was the end of the day, basically, of that
Right.
scenario. So what nobody else saw was what I was talking about earlier. What nobody else saw was this lady was using her vehicle to obstruct their vehicles, run into their vehicles, and back into
Mhm.
them, and stop them from doing whatever the hell they were doing to go get these illegals out of positions and places they were supposed to be. And he said, "Listen, I don't." He said something along the lines of he didn't condone the shooting of the woman. However, she did obstruct the law with a federal officer, and
Mm.
the vehicle threatened his life.
Right.
Because from what they understand was he was already in a situation where he got drugged by a vehicle 30 something feet down the road and got so many stitches.
Mhm.
So JD Vance is getting a lot of fire right now from people. And JD Vance, as you and I know, was also a former Marine. He's a Marine veteran.
Right.
And I think, and I've always thought, because, okay, yes, I am a soldier myself. I'm a former soldier. And to me, my value is that people that run our country and have military or official tactical type decisions to make ought to have served.
Mhm.
There should be somebody with that mentality, somebody with that intellect of military service to know that, okay, when certain things need to happen, this is what we got to do, because when it comes down to the moment, it's your ROE that takes place.
Right.
Now, tell the folks what ROE is, brother,
Rules of engagement.
and why do we have that?
It's to let us know when we can and when we cannot shoot, and prevent
Right.
us
And
from
who should it
doing
be?
yeah, who we should shoot.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so I
And
think I
now
have. Here, let me see.
you
I
got the scenario,
oh,
right? So
yeah.
this
Hold
lady,
on. I think I got it, David. Hold on. Uh, got it pulled up right here. Let's see if we can play it. Okay.
I'm not saying she was right or she was, there you go, right there.
There, this one right here.
Yes, sir. That'd be the one, brother.
All right. Hopefully everybody can. Oh, come on. I don't want that. What are you doing? Thank you.
First of all, I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job. The idea that Tim Walz and a bunch of radicals in Minneapolis are going to go after and make this guy's life miserable because he was doing the job that he was asked to do is preposterous. The unprecedented thing is the idea that a local official can actually prosecute a federal official with absolute immunity. I've never seen anything like that. It would get tossed out by a judge.
All right. And that being shown, now that you understand it, you heard that. That is exactly my stance on it.
Right.
That guy has exactly the military mindset and the governmental mindset, just like I would have. Get out of the way of the sheriff. If I'm the sheriff and I deem what's necessary and I do it, you get out of my way,
Oh,
or the
oh, I
law's
know
gonna come down on you.
I know who Matt's talking about. You're talking about the sheriff in Polk County, Florida. I can't remember his name either. He's the one that basically told all his citizens in his county to arm up, and say, hey, if you are going to do this, people in this county are going to shoot you. That one, is that the one you're talking about, Matt? I think
You
that's
talking
the
about a
one.
sheriff that told the people to go against ICE?
No. He's he said that there's a sheriff. Make sure his people won't see these problems. Don't remember his name. He's a good sheriff. He's Polk County, Florida. I don't know exactly where that is, but yep, that's him. Okay, yeah, he's a cool sheriff. He is awesome. Yeah, it was during the riot. I think it was like during the riots or something like that, and he actually had a press conference where he told his citizens to arm up, and he told the criminals, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna get shot. And he's in full support of them shooting criminals. So he's an awesome sheriff. Yeah, I agree. Yep, Polk County. Which is funny because I live in Polk County. Not in
That's the way
Florida.
it should be. That's the way it should be, though. I'm telling you, because you know, it's do be a good person or don't.
Right.
You know, and if you want to be
Yeah.
out there and be a troublemaker just because it's fun to you, whatever, you're gonna fuck around and find out.
Right. Yeah,
Now,
I need
if
to
you're
get that
also one of
video.
those people that really goes against the grain, like you think that it's okay to protect the Somalian people that are stealing all your tax dollars for nothing and sending it back, $9 billion, by the way, 9 billion had been stolen and usurped from the state of itself. The state of Minneapolis or Minnesota had been sent back to Somalia from these
Mhm.
Somalian people. They weren't watching no kids. They weren't feeding no kids. They weren't doing anything for homeless. They
Right.
were stealing American tax dollars. You and me, everybody else that pays taxes, stealing our dollars and sending it back to their country. How and I think that ranks in somewhere in the lines of embezzlement. Um,
Right.
and one way or another, FBI can make a stick, but it's still the fact that these people were lying and taking this money. And then
Yeah.
that brings me to Tampon Tim again. He was a
Mhm.
part of it. He allowed it. He was a part of it. He got paid with it. He had to have
Right,
lined his
yeah.
pocket somehow because he didn't say nothing. He
Right.
didn't say nothing, do nothing because it was his job to do so, and he didn't. That makes him a part of the goddamn problem. That guy needs to be put in jail right alongside of
Mhm.
Epstein, and I don't care what happens to him.
Right. Did you hear what the Minneapolis mayor said to ICE?
Yeah, he told me
Yeah,
get the out.
he said, "Get the fuck out," and I was like, "Wow, who are you?"
Exactly. And you know what? That
Who
would
the
make
fuck
me
are you,
want to
dude?
send even more.
Yeah.
I'd send more fucking federal officers. Especially, I'd send fucking IRS and fucking anybody else I could to look deeper into him,
Right.
see what he's got going on in his pocket.
Yeah. Right.
What's in
sure.
your wallet?
Yeah. Yeah. But here's something I got for Walls and that Minnesota mayor.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
It's a good one.
Or here's another one for him.
Suck on this a one time! Sorry.
The all-time
Just a
favorite.
One time.
Definitely
Yeah,
shot that back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, you had to handle something. That's okay, Blackbird. Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, I also got. I'm working on some. I got some clips from Delta Farce too. You know.
Oh, perfect. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful show.
Yeah.
I love that show. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. It's especially Sergeant Kilgore scene.
I love that one scene. He had a gun in his face. He was like, "Ooh, that was pure fart."
Oh wow. What did he say? They were posting videos bragging about this fraud. Somalian people saying, "That's right, taxpayers pay your money so I can have your money."
Yep, I saw it. I saw that
Haven't
shit
seen that
myself.
in years.
And you know
Yeah.
what? It pissed me off, man. It pissed me off to no end. It really did, because I got family that lives in Minneapolis, and I know my family getting ripped off. And I'm just like, you know what? If I was out there, I'd punch you in your gray alien looking head.
Yeah.
I really
Right.
would. They look like a bunch of body snatchers. They went and stole these people's bodies or something.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the the minute the miniature grays is what they call them or something like that. The aliens, the little
You're right.
grays.
Yeah.
Them people, that's what they gotta be. I mean, I don't know. Other people blame it on incest and stuff, but
I don't know. But no,
I
that
look at
reminds me.
I look at
I
freaking
need to get
films.
that. I need to get that scene from Captain Phillips where he's like, "Look at me. I am the captain now." There you go, Somalians. Are you guys? You are the captain now.
Oh my god, hell no.
That's a
Oh, that's ugly.
mushroom.
Speaking of ugly, when's the last one of them saw a barber? I mean,
Oh,
hell. Look at the hairdos. You seen some of the videos I sent you?
yeah.
And then they're sitting there trying to look like they're all lined up and
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, guy. Hey, shit.
What needs to happen is, all right, I'm going to try to do my best Donald Trump impersonation. All right, we're going to go in there. We're going to get him. We're going to get him.
You're gonna get them real good.
We're going to fuck
And
him
it's
up.
gonna be
That's what we're going to do. We're going to fuck him up.
it's gonna be the best. You know what? I don't care what anybody says, but it's gonna be the best in the world, and we're looking at it, and we're gonna take actual action. I don't know, man. I've seen some people do some Donald Trump and
Oh, yeah, man.
impersonation, man, and I have laughed my damn ass off.
I can do a lot of other impersonations, man. Like I just found out the other day I can actually do Solid Snake from
Metal Gear
Snake
Solid?
Eater. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's see. Okay, don't get nervous. Kept you waiting, huh? Major, what's going on? Do you hear it? Can you hear it? I'm gonna codex you. Not saying much. Yeah. He's not saying much. He's just doing it.
What?
He's doing a voiceover to somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're
I'm,
just, you know,
I'm Solid Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
listen, I'm just admiring how much my husband looks like Jason Aldean right now.
Jason ain't got nothing on me.
You're like the sexier version.
He's not a hero like I am.
Do I need to put you in the back room so you could do a little boom boom in the bedroom?
We're in the kitchen. We're in the dining room, really, but
do some
Besides, you don't
kicking
want
in
the
the
blue.
kitchen.
so todo bien, y'all.
You don't like the blue.
right,
Shake
Tina.
that again. Shake that
Tina.
again. See how fast I get
We
out
don't
here.
need this. Tina, we don't need this anymore. You're a little too sexy. Get out of here.
You know what? I wish you had a clip of what I sent you with that one thing. It looked so natural, man. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was all right. I'm just gonna try and reenact it myself. So they did hang on, give me a second. Some dude was like, I don't know. I don't know
Let
how
me see
like
if I can find it.
how to set this up. But it was a video of Trump sitting there, right? After somebody asked him, you took control of 1.9 million barrels of oil from Venezuela. You're like, and we're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
And then after that, they cut to a scene of him, and he was sitting there like this. He was just chilling. He was like, yo, and I stole that shit. I stole that shit, man. Hey, that's what I do. I don't care. Just talking real. And it looks so natural.
That's what I do, nigga.
And yeah, see, and
Yeah,
that right
I
there, that's
can't
the
play
one.
that. I can't play that.
I know, and it looks so real. It looks like that, like he is the homeboy from the block saying, "Look, it's what I do, man. You can't take that away from me. I'm talking. It's all real." And I was like, "Man, that is so damn funny to me because it
Yeah.
looks so natural." But that's not the fact of the matter. I mean, he didn't go down there to just
Right.
look. He's not Clint Eastwood
Right.
in Fiscal Pesos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not John Wayne in, you know, whatever, I forget the name of it right now. Tumbleweed or whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, he's the guy that says, "Look, I'm running this country and
Uh-oh. I think I lost him. Oh, there he
talk
is.
to his military personnel in the table, you know, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and says, what do we do? Why are we
Right.
going to do it? And how do we keep our country sovereign? How do we stay on top?" They all make a decision, and that's what happens. But when it comes down to individual person or people down here, like all of us here on
That's right,
YouTube land
Blackbird.
and all that stuff, everybody has their own opinion. And I'm saying, "Oh, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did it." He's not the only motherfucker that makes this decision, man. He's
Yeah.
not. He's not the end all be all. He's just like the guy that says, "Look, here's what I can lay out in front of you, money wise. This is
Right.
how our country's going right now. This is where we want to be. How do we get there?" Okay.
Right.
And then military leadership takes place of that and says, "Hey, look, if we don't do this or that thing, the other, we're going to die. We're going to suck. we'll be sucking rocks in the goddamn aisle in the damn alleyways of New York, like just like these homeless folks.
Right.
We're gonna be digging out trash cans trying to eat. And if you
Right.
don't want to do that, we better do this. We better do that right fucking now, or some other country like Russia and China get together and combine power against us in our backyard.
You know what was what I just realized, and I think it was funny. Was it last year or was it the year before? Weren't some people bitching about Venezuela having to eat like zoo animals? But like the country was starving and like liberals were like losing their mind or something like that. Because was it 2 years ago? Help me out in the chat.
I
It
really
was
don't know.
not long
Somebody ought to
ago.
know.
Somebody's got to know. It was Venezuela, wasn't it? That we heard all over the news that they were like, they're eating the zoo animals. The country is starving. Blah blah blah. You know, and
That in my view.
now we've liberated them from a dick. Oh, he's a tater too. He's a dictator. My bad.
You should have a clip of that
Okay.
too. That potato
Blackbird's
looks
gonna
like a
check
dick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, but Blackbird's gonna check it out for me. Thank you, Blackbird.
He's a dictator.
Yeah, he's a dick. I mean, a dictator. Same thing. You know.
Now, see,
Taker.
the only reason people don't know about maybe like how he was versus
I like that one, Matt. That's a good one.
maybe people don't know understand like how he was Bandera was versus Saddam was because the internet wasn't advanced at that time when Saddam was replaced.
Right.
Yeah, when he got kicked out.
Yeah.
Saddam was a bad dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he executed motherfuckers on a daily basis, man.
Yeah.
Just to keep people under his thumb. I mean, and this dude Maduro, he wasn't no different.
Right.
You know, he wasn't no different. And the reason being, because he was in charge of the drug cartel, man. And you know, like, check this out. I don't know. I mean, there's people out there they ought to heard about this. Like, we busted 84 trucks in one day.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one major trucking company, you might know the name of it because you're a trucker, but there's one major trucking company that was like the third biggest in the world and in the US that got busted because they were transporting drugs and guns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And 89 trucks got busted in one fucking day. Remember that story? Did you see that?
No, let me check it out. I'll pull it up.
You gotta look that up, dude. 89 trucks are FBI busted, and 89 trucks in one day on a seizure because Sinaloa cartel from Mexico.
Oh yeah,
Sinaloa was run out of what is that? God, right next to Minnesota. Not Wisconsin, but Montana. Out of Montana, Sinaloa cartel running that truck company out of Montana and had like 16 different truck lines all over the U.S. that was running legal and illegal parcels.
Mm-hmm.
Not only weapons and drugs, but human cartel too. Human trafficking. 89 trucks got busted in one day.
Okay, here's the news. Federal agents arrested 89 truck drivers in a coordinated raid, uncovering a cartel-linked logistics network tied to a $1.9 billion drug trafficking operation. In a significant crackdown, federal agents launched coordinated raids against a major U.S. trucking company, resulting in the arrest of 89 truck drivers. Did they not say the company name?
No, they fail to do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I still don't know it, and I'm trying to find it. But it was the third largest company in the country.
I wonder if it was Celadon.
I was wondering. You should have known
Because
who's the third largest trucking company in the U.S. besides Swift?
right. Well, I mean, because also too, Celadon went bankrupt not long ago too.
That
They
would
went bankrupt and
actually
shut down.
cause that would make me look into them.
Oh, okay. It was 2016 and 2017 in Venezuela when they were eating zoo animals.
Oh no shit. Fuck that.
So not that long ago, man. Not that long ago.
And you know why? Why was that? Because they weren't legally able to hunt their own game or raise their own farms. Because underneath that dictatorship, they were not allowed to have farms.
Right, right.
I did read something about that earlier today. The people were so oppressed they couldn't have their own chickens.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been Celadon because Celadon went bankrupt before 2025. That happened in last year. So yeah,
I tell you what, though,
Celadon went out of business in freaking 2013.
You know what the Sinaloa, the Sinaloa cartel.
Oh yeah,
Sinaloa cartel is like the second biggest cartel there is in the world.
Right.
And they are crazy. They're not somebody you want to play with.
Right.
Unless you're a heavy hitter.
Right.
And you have to be a government. You have to be a government to go against them. And you have to use your top tier guys. Tier one, you got to go after them.
Didn't Trump last year? Didn't he label the cartel as terrorist organization?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, because drugs,
So-
and that's also
So
why
if
Venezuela got put into it, because Venezuela had the drug state going on, and they were one of the major sources of it. So that's why the coke boats are getting blown up.
right. Yes. So my thing with that is it's not really about what they did, it's the rhetoric that came out of this administration, like the way that they talked about it. I was like, wow, you just kind of admitted that it was a war crime. If you had said it a different way, it wouldn't have been a war crime. I don't know if that would
They're making it
hold up,
look like a war crime, but
Right.
it is. What we're really trying to do is stop drugs from getting into the U.S.
Right.
I mean, and how many fentanyl deaths have there been since COVID?
Yeah, I mean,
And this goes back to before COVID. Goes back to before COVID because opium got crushed, right? Opium got stomped on real bad. So then fentanyl came in, and they started saying, "Hey, we'll cut our shit with fentanyl from now on." And they started doing that, and with all the conglomerates and that trucking company itself, 16 points, 16 different truck stop areas, and major ports of that truck stop throughout the U.S. was running 16 different lines throughout the U.S. between U.S. and Canada, Mexico and Canada and the U.S. And it wound up being a giant drug trafficking and human trafficking trade. Now, there's a lot of people want to put out there, oh, it's not right to do this or not right to do that. You know what? Listen, you don't understand what the fuck's going on, how they're destroying our country and the phases and what they're doing to bring down our population and kill our youngsters and try to kill off our future to take over our country. You people don't fucking get it. These countries have a plan and they're implementing it little by little. And then some of our people, like the Biden administration, everybody's trying to help them do it. Why would they do that? But you know what? It's all because they're getting paid. They're lining their pockets, and all they care about is making money themselves. And what they're doing is they're trading their own country and their own people for money. It's disgusting. That's the highest form of treason I can think of myself. And you know what? I say all them that committed that kind of treason, hang them all.
I
Drag
gotta,
them from a rope behind a truck until you can't hear them scream no more.
right.
That's what
I
I said.
I gotta watch this. I gotta share this. Hey guys, hold on. I gotta watch this because I did not. Oh my gosh, this is so too funny. I did not see this in the press conference that the Minneapolis mayor had, but he has a signer, and I want to see what she signs whenever he tells them to get the fuck out.
Okay.
But
All right.
I want to see what she signs because I want to know that sign.
What we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE.
Because she tried to run him over.
We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis.
Sure, shut up.
Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America.
Okay.
What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust.
No, you are.
They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. So they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit.
Oh.
This was
Can't use that word,
agent
sir.
recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
Get control of your city.
As soon as it happened and we learned of the incident, we had several priorities. The first, of course, was to get the victim to the hospital and to get care as soon as possible.
Naturally.
To the family, I'm so deeply sorry.
Me too.
There's nothing that I can say right now that's going to make you or your relatives or the friends of the victim feel any better. There were, I believe, 2 Minneapolis police officers that responded and were in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. The second was to get ICE off of the scene. There were dozens, if not hundreds, of ICE and federal officers that were there at the time. Having them there was only causing more chaos. Having them there was only making a difficult situation even more problematic, and one that, yes, they created themselves.
No.
There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message.
Oh, there's
for
a
our
lot you
community,
could say to make it worse,
for our
though.
city, and I have a message for ICE.
Oh, here he comes.
To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
I think it was
No.
this part right here. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, that okay. So
They're like,
yeah, it was like couldn't you just go like that? I don't know. Come on. But see,
I've been
it's
like,
yeah, right. So yeah, a lot of people in the comments.
but listen, like,
in the
don't
chat
they
are
understand
right.
that those? Don't they understand those ICE officers live in Minneapolis? That they're from there. They
Right.
work, they live and work in Minneapolis because
Right.
they are ICE. They live there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, and the problem is like it's rhetoric like that. It is rhetoric like that, saying that they're here to cause chaos. No, the only people that were there to cause chaos were the protesters that didn't agree with that. Hey, you know what?
Thank you very much.
Like here's the thing. You can disagree, right? But you don't have to cause a disruption. You don't have to block a vehicle from doing its job. You don't have to block agents from doing their job. None of that.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make some more tea real quick. Keep going.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and remove him until he gets back. So, all right. So we're gonna respond to some chat. Oh, hey, Fury. Trump doesn't care about drugs. He only cares about oil. Well, I mean, okay. That's nice. He doesn't care about America or making it great. That's bullshit. Trump is an idiot. Well, he's president right now, and he won the election by a landslide, so I don't think he's that big of an idiot. But I mean, you are entitled to your own opinion. Yeah. Daniel, mayor and governor are both clueless idiots. Yep. You're going down, guys. That's exactly what and see it all started, because of the rhetoric. Okay. It is very dangerous. I don't care what side of the aisle. It is very dangerous to accuse someone of being a Nazi, being a fascist, being a murderer, being whatever you want to label it, that is going to incite violence. It's going to get into people's minds. Can't do that. Okay, David's back.
There we go.
Yeah, you can't have that kind of.
You
Can't
here,
have that.
motherfuckers.
You can't have that kind of rhetoric. Like, David or Gun Truck 3 is speaking truth. He's not calling for action, violent action against anybody. I'm not calling for violent action towards anybody. What I'm asking for is for us to wake the fuck up and realize that we are being sold propaganda. And
all the time.
I'm straight in the center, if people come to me and tell me, like, this other person earlier, Fury. No, it wasn't Fury. Was it Fury? Yeah, it was Fury. Said Trump doesn't care about America. Blah blah blah. Trump's an idiot. Okay, cool. Like, he's smart enough to become president. I mean, so he's not that big of an idiot. And
well, here's the thing: the guy knows how to run a corporation, and that's what the U.S. has become.
Right. Yeah. Everybody that keeps talking. Everybody has told me that we're no longer the United States of America. We are a corporation. If that's so, then we need somebody that knows how to run a corporation. Get the corporation back on track. And too many times I've seen people talk about things that they don't really understand. Like, I don't understand tariffs, right? But I went to somebody that does understand tariffs, and they told me about it. And guess what it is? It's taxed products in other countries. So our product is higher in, like, say, China, right? Just like if you go to the store, Chinese products like Chinese rice is going to be higher than American rice. Why? Because it's going to be an incentive for us to buy local or more, national than it is to buy the rice from China. That's what happens. So when China does that to us, and we are lowballing, we're not charging that much. Okay, we need our fair share. That's what a tariff is. Okay, everybody's bitching about these tariffs. Don't bitch about a tariff if you don't know what it is. Okay,
exactly.
It's an incentive to buy from your own nation, not by import.
Right.
Okay. So that's what it is, basically.
Yeah, and you know what? Those tariffs higher. That's the thing. And I would love for this to go the way that he said in the beginning that he wanted it to go, to stop income taxes. Because how many of you people out there would be happy if you didn't get your paycheck taxed anymore by the federal? No more worrying about end of the year doing taxes and getting a refund check back, because you know what? You're going to get more of your check every time you get your check. And that's you're getting your money, your worth that you're working for your ass off. Those extra hours, those overtimes, those holidays, those day and paying day and a half pays, and if you're if you got incentive hours on the weekends, things like that, that money's coming right to you during the year when you need it,
and
not when you wish you had it.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up, David. I'm glad you brought that up, because the funny thing is, it took me a while before I finally realized, like, everybody gets so happy about a tax return, right? Guess what, guys? That's the government saying, "Oh, fuck, we took way too much, and this is how." So if you get $5,000 back, that means that the government took and that's not even all. That's not even like whole.
Oh yeah,
they
have
loopholes. Yeah, they have so many loopholes that get that helps.
They're not giving you back what you deserve either.
Right. So it's like, okay, you're getting excited about money that you should have had in your paycheck anyways. And if the government realizes at the end of the fiscal year that
the money you could have had to pay that car off that you got repoed.
Right. Like, then why the fuck are we doing taxes? Okay, I can understand. I've even been asked about taxes. Well, your view is taxes are theft. Well, yes, they are theft. I'm still going to pay my
federal
taxes.
Tax income is unlawful. Yeah, that's right. Damn right, Matt.
Yeah, and everybody is. It's all over. Like, that's one thing I think everybody in the United States can agree on. Let's start with the number one thing we could all common ground: taxes. Everybody hates taxes. We still pay them, but we hate them, right? So
because we're supposed to have no taxes. Why did we become America in the first place? No taxation without representation.
Yeah. So if we all can't agree on immigration and Second Amendment and all that, let's start with what we all can agree on.
My man Samuel Adams was a part of that movement.
Yeah, we all can agree on taxes.
Also, my favorite beer. Just had to say
that. The funny thing about Samuel Adams, the person that's pictured in that, the person that's on the Samuel Adams bottle is not actually Samuel Adams.
No, it's not. It's just some pilgrim, drawing.
If you guys want a lot of useless shit, like useless knowledge, come to my show every single time I go live. I will give you so much useless knowledge. I don't know why I have this useless knowledge.
But then again, sometimes it's not useless. Sometimes it's very informative. Like people like Samuel Adams was a part of our movement. Part of why America became America. America is what it is because of people like Samuel Adams.
All right, I have to remember.
And George Washington himself.
I have to remember that I have to watch those buttons on the side. Because I threw myself out. I threw myself out.
I saw that, but that's why I just kept on talking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Got you covered, buddy. As long as I don't get cut off. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over here, but I can't control it. You got control of it. So.
The funny thing is, I didn't even realize the side of the mouse had buttons. Like, why the fuck are you gonna put?
Just don't do the shrooms, man.
What are you yeah.
That way, because I can't control the show from over here. Don't go
Well, you
Shaggy on
should be
me.
able to if you could figure out how to fucking sign in.
Dude,
Block
Dude,
in.
you're Shaggy, and I'm Scooby Doo. So I'll be like, ruh-roh, Raggy. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Scoob. What are we doing?
If you turn off the boob tube, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, ruh-roh.
Hey man, we're gonna go out to the back and we're gonna smoke some reefer.
You have a couple of sandwiches?
Don't
Don't touch the button. That's what he said. Don't touch the button.
Don't touch the button.
Stop it.
I also
Take your
love
hands to
states that
yourself
don't
or
charge
something.
you. Yeah. Texas, right? Who else does?
Oh, dude, I would love for the whole United States to take the attitude of Texas. The whole United States take the attitude of Texas. Dude, we would be okay. We would be all right. All we got to do is we got to, like, I don't know, come up with some kind of force that's like ice, but gets rid of the fucking Antifa folks.
Oh, hey, you know what? Speaking of ice, again,
Anti-Antifa police.
Speaking of ice, I have a great way for us to really stop these attacks on ICE agents. We're gonna, from this day forward, we're gonna name them the National Immigration Customs Enforcement. Nice. So why would you attack a
There
nice
you
agent?
go. They're nice. Don't mess with the nice people. They're nice guys. The nice guys are coming.
The nice guys are in our
They're gonna put
neighborhood.
you on a plane with peanuts and samples of spritzer water or alcohol beverages if you want.
And
but you have to get on the plane to get it.
Yeah.
And there's in-flight movies.
Yeah.
With your favorite actor like Liam Neeson.
Could you imagine like news reports if we did have them named that? It's like today a nice agent was almost ran over by a protester. Everybody would be like, why would they run over a nice agent? Like they're so nice.
Yeah. Might get some hell over that, but I don't get it. That is funny right there.
Hey, modern solution or modern problems require modern solutions.
I'm telling you, people have become
Walgreens.
I gotta say it.
Agent. There you go.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there the Gen X way I know how to do it. Because you and me are Gen X, all right? We stayed outside.
Mm-hmm.
We left our parents alone because they would whoop our ass if we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We ran around town on our bicycles, miles and miles away from our house and back. We partied at people's places when we were teenagers, and there was gunfire and ghetto things going on. And then we got home by the time street lights were on, and we drank out of hoses. We had water balloon fights. We had mud ball fights with rocks stuffed in the mud balls. We threw shingles at each other off our roofs from each other, ripping off the shingles of our parents' roofs and home. And we shot pellet guns at each other, having BB gun fights. We grew up trying to hurt each other to see how much we could survive, and we did. Now, kids and people, these grown-ups that they're now grown-ups that never lived that way, don't understand. A little punch in the mouth ain't going to kill you, okay? But they might set you right because you said something stupid.
Remember when we would take a piece of plywood that was like we found in Dad's wood pile and a block of concrete, and we put it in the middle of the road, and we made a ramp out of it, and it was a piece of shit, and it didn't work, and like right as you get halfway up the ramp, it breaks, and then you have a bicycle handle in your chest. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we we would get, we would fall over. We'd be like,
And we'd get a running start from a downhill
yeah,
on our
oh yeah,
BMX bike,
yeah,
our Huffy,
BMX, yeah,
our Huffy BMX. Remember the Huffy?
yeah, yeah, the Huffies, man,
The
yeah,
heaviest fucking BMX bike there was, with the spiked fucking
yeah.
pedal that would stab you in the fucking shins.
There you go, yeah. Or
And
your
you run down the
groin.
highest fucking downhill and hit that ramp that you made that was made out of concrete blocks and a stupid flexi piece of plywood, and you fell on your fucking face, and that
Yeah,
bike ate you up and rolled you up like a fruit roll up
Yeah.
on the ground,
yeah,
and you caught
and
every
it
bit
was-
of that shit. The gooseneck hit you in the balls.
and it
Yeah.
was always a ramp. It was either in the road, right, on asphalt, or it was over a impossible jump but we swore up and down we could make that jump. Like, yeah, I made that
I
jump.
did that shit. I did that shit on my Huffy BMX 10. It said it right on the bike. It said Huffy BMX 10.
Right.
Like it was the best one out there. And it was white and black and red and had a gooseneck on it. The first Huffy that had a gooseneck, because you couldn't get a gooseneck before a certain 1990,
Right.
whatever
Oh,
year
God,
it was.
gooseneck, yeah.
Because goosenecks were only for certain bikes, like Ross racing bikes. But
Yeah.
until they let the contract go, and then Huffy got to get one. My shit fell apart when I hit the ground, and I crushed my nuts. I jumped. I went down the hill like it was a 45 grade. You know what that
Right.
is with the trucker, right?
Yeah,
As being
yeah,
a trucker, a 45-degree grade.
Yeah.
And I jumped off a fucking skateboard volcano ramp.
Uh.
I went up and I was soaring, baby. I was flying high. I felt great. Coming back down though, whoo-wee, that bike fell apart on me. And it crushed my nuts, and I fucking rolled up right with it. And
Right.
the last thing I knew is my friends were sitting there trying to get me to breathe normal, and I was sitting on the ground just dying, and my nuts hurt like hell. And I had the handlebar was on my neck, and I was sitting there like, get the bike off me, get it off me. But you know what? I lived.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is
And I did it again.
Yeah. I was gonna say you'd sit there and be like, oh, that fucking hurt. Oh,
not because we're stupid, but because we're strong. We're tough. We knew we could take that.
Yeah, it wasn't because we were stupid. It was because we were gonna prove that we can make that jump.
Okay, right.
And it didn't matter how many times we did that. We still did. We would get hurt. We'd get back up, do it again, until, and then finally when we did it, we're like, okay.
And point and proof, Evel Knievel.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look him up, people.
So,
he didn't jump 18 buses for no reason.
Yeah.
Even though he crashed.
Down a hill after an ice storm. Believe me, there was spots that didn't get iced over. Yeah. We jumped an abandoned construction site basement hole in the ground, turned it into a pool style trick park. That's cool. That is
hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and we were the kids that, we didn't play football in a field. The neighborhood kids.
We played tackle football in the goddamn street.
In the street. In the fucking street.
Yeah. We played tackle wiffle ball. Me and my brother and my cousins. You play baseball and you hit that wiffle ball with the wiffle ball bat. We doped the bat with sand in it. We drilled a hole in it and put sand in the bat.
Yeah.
And then we put duct tape all around the wiffle ball so the wiffle ball would be heavier.
Yeah.
And we whacked that shit. And before you got to first base, you got tackled. Hey, you're out. You didn't have to catch the ball. You could get tackled by the first baseman.
Yeah, you know what I noticed? I don't see any kids playing nowadays. Like, what the hell ever happened to kickball? Too many kids.
I don't know. Perfectly good game.
Yeah, too many kids got hit in the face with the ball after you kicked it. Like
Oh,
especially a
poor
pitcher.
baby.
The spit.
Try dodgeball,
The
bitch.
poor, yeah, the poor pitcher. The poor pitcher, which wasn't really a pitcher. You rolled it like you were
Roll the
bowling.
ball, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like, here, get
yeah.
this.
And you would have that one kid that had that leg, man, just could knock the shit out of it, and you would
Fucking launch that
you would
shit.
knock it, launch it right at the back at the pitcher, hit him square in the face, knock him flat back. Right, they're on the floor, and we're all like, all the kids are like, "You okay? You okay?" Meanwhile, the one that just kicked the ball is going around all of the bases, and nobody's grabbing the ball.
Yep, that's true. I gotta say, I one time was that pitcher. I threw the ball to the guy, and then blang. Next thing I know, I was like, "Bah!" Lay it on the floor, man. I was like, "Where did that go?"
Yeah,
Somebody get him out. He's running around the bases and then throwing the ball around. Hey,
they don't do
that's the
much of
game, though,
anything.
man. You got to be able to take it. You got to be able to take it. That's the point, though.
Oh,
That's the point. You got to be able to take that ball to the face. You
right.
can't be a bitch about it. Can't be a
Yeah.
bitch.
Because
You know,
if you were the
all
pitcher,
all
you
these
got
people
right back up.
complaining. All these people complaining. It's just like, okay, look, I hate to be. All right, look, this is gonna come off real fucking insensitive. But that lady got shot in her truck.
Mm-hmm.
She was that pitcher in the kickball game. She got the ball in the
Right.
fucking face. Why?
Right.
Because she fucking played too long.
Right.
She was there and was in that and instigated too fucking long. And she got it right in the fucking face.
No.
And if you want to break things down to real fucking mentality, real world mentality, human, you fuck around with somebody long enough. Even the biggest fucking nerd little fucking kid they're gonna have something for you. You know, you fuck with the little tiny guy with the nerd glasses, and he's like sick of his shit. So no matter what, before he kills himself, he's gonna grab a fucking pencil and sharpen that shit and stab you in the fucking neck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
that's what's gonna happen.
The biggest problem I see is like
I'm saying, don't mess with the fucking people that need to do their job. You know, don't be an instigator.
We have a generation that really sucks and thinks they're entitled. Why? Because it all starts with the introduction of participation trophies. Because in life, guys, in life, we have winners and we have losers, right?
Yep.
And when you introduce a participation trophy, like it instills that, hey, I'm not so bad, but I still got an award. And it's like, no, if you suck at this sport, either get better at the sport, work your ass off to get better at the sport, or find something you're good at. Yeah, get the fuck out and find something you're good at. Participation trophy, no. Okay. You know, if you're running a race, that's not a participation trophy when it's a race and you have first, second, and third, which is kind of normal in that. When you're doing the Olympics, you have gold. You have gold, silver, and bronze, so you can have a first, second, and third. But none of this, like, you don't see in the Olympics, like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Here's a participation trophy. It looks just like silver, but here we go. We're going to give it to you. No, it's bullshit. Get rid of so here's how we fix. This is how we fix stupid. Get rid of participation trophies. Get rid of warning labels because the strong will survive, and idiots will just terminate themselves for us. And we all get
Darwin.
Win-win. So there you go. That's my solution. Like, I would run for president right now, and I would ban warning labels on shit that people should know.
Speaking of that, people do not want me to be fucking president. I'll tell you what. I swear to
Dude,
God.
you and I, president and vice president. They're like,
You know what
oh
I do?
shit.
Actually, no. Co-president. I'd make it a double. I'd make it a
Right.
2-pillar system.
Right.
2-pillar system with a 2-pillar system. And it would
Yeah,
be
there you go.
stronger than a military tribune. We'd have a
Right.
military tribune backing us up. There would be. I'd change it all up. I'd make it like some kind of fucking alien shit. Like, you know what? Him and I think this. And it's for the good of the rest of y'all because y'all fucking stupid.
Right.
And these 3 guys back here with all the weight and the military might back us up.
Right.
So,
Oh, you know what? I even like that idea, especially if, let's say, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with this, but instead of having, a let's say a Republican president and a Republican co-president, beat the system and just do a Republican and a Democrat co-presidents, and do the same thing with the co-vice presidents. That way, nobody can say, "Oh, your side is this and your side is that." Well, look, we have both of our parties in the White House now. What now, bitches? Who can you bitch
I
at
think
now?
that, there's that could be something. It could be if you
Yeah.
did it right. And
Yeah.
there's a lot to
Or
work through.
or even if
But
you
I
didn't
think
want to do
maybe
that, then
we have to abolish the 2 sides of the house.
yeah. Well, it's like I've been telling people, like we it's not really that
And
we abolish the 2 sides, because a lot of people say we need to abolish the 2-party system. But if you actually look at it, if you pay attention to your ballots, there's more than 2 parties, people. What we need to do is we need to get rid of the focus on the 2-party system, because we have the Green Party, we have the Tea Party, we have the Communist Party, we have the Socialist Party, we have the Libertarian Party, Independent, all that. Like that, the list goes on. There's so many different parties.
yeah.
We need to get, and I've tell people, like, stop talking about getting rid of the 2-party system, because there are more than 2 parties. We just focus too much on just 2 parties. That's the way it's been.
And
Oh, okay.
doing that bipartisan bullshit.
Yeah. Or if you wanted,
It's just
if I would say, a fairness, okay, even if we didn't do the co-presidency. And I don't know if it used to be like this. I think it was, but I'm not really good on my presidential history. But if it's a Republican president, then make the vice president Democrat, and vice versa.
you gotta have both sides, right? At the same time.
Yeah.
So it should be equal representative.
Right.
Now, if that can't be done, if it can't be reached, I think that what has to happen is that we need to have a 3rd party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the constitutionalists. You got the representatives. You got Democrats. You got Republicans, and there should be constitutionalists.
Right.
In fact, everybody should be constitutionalists because we come from that.
Right. I mean, yeah.
They set up by our forefathers for the fucking reason of making this country what it is, and it ain't ever been what they meant it to be since the 1800s. Because somebody decided a way to make 2 parties and take advantage of the situation.
Right. If I remember correctly, like, we didn't technically have 2 parties, but even when the forefathers were there, we had the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. So that was two different parties. But you're right. We didn't have really a 2-party system, and it's not really a new concept. It's been a while since we've had the 2-party system. Kind of hypocritical of what I just said, but the focus on the 2-party system. But yeah, that's just no parties whatsoever. I agree. We could do that too. No parties whatsoever. Just base somebody off of their character. You know, off
You know
of
what?
what if they preach your beliefs, then hey, that's the person for you. That's the guy or gal. I don't mind a woman president whatsoever. It's just got to be the right
Hell
woman
no. As
president.
long as she got a mindset right.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
You know, not not a warmonger, not a fucking. Okay, we'll
yes.
give in to everybody else.
There you
You
go.
know,
Matt says
you
all
gotta have somebody that
candidates
says,
should
"Look,
be
the
purely
U.S. is
conscious.
sovereign. God damn it."
Yeah,
And you're gonna stick it. You're gonna. All you other countries out there are gonna realize we are the U.S. and you're gonna leave us alone
right,
and quit doing this, quit doing that. We're gonna make fair trades, or you're just gonna be blocked out.
right,
And if you don't want to get blocked out, then you're gonna pay us.
right.
And you know
Well, I
what? That's
mean,
where we are. That's where we are. If you think about it, Trump is saying, "Look, China, I'll deal with you, and I'll make a deal with you. It's okay. I'll come over and shake hands with you guy,
mm-hmm,
but you have to make a deal our way because so long you've been stealing from us, robbing and stealing left and
mm-hmm,
right. You own our whole fucking western seaboard.
right,
China owns all the western seaboard, California from
right.
Washington all the way down.
Yeah, I remember
And
when
why do they do
Trump.
that? Because our weak ass jelly spine government has made the deals with them for years since you and I was
Right.
kids, and we
Yep.
had no idea they were doing it.
Right.
You know, so now what he's doing, he's saying, "Look, you've been screwing us for this long, and now you're going to give us back because
Right.
I want this and that, and this is what's going to happen." And America is the U.S. dollar is what it is, and we're going to have
Right.
that. So he's forcing it, and he made it happen because he told our U.S. companies to come on back here from Japan, from China, from Taiwan, from Mexico, from Canada, get back here and make your money the way you should for your people,
Mm-hmm.
and quit giving money to these other countries that don't deserve it.
Right.
Our people here in America deserve that money. You need to feed your own people. Quit feeding the dogs outside your fence when you should feed the dogs inside your fence to protect yourself.
Right.
And that's what's been happening. But a lot of people say, "Oh, he's a racist. He's a fascist. He's a this. He's a that." Well, listen, this guy knows how to run a corporation. He knows how to make it strong from the inside out. He knows how to flip the flip flop
Right.
when they've lost so much money over decades. And why have they done it? Because they were doing it backwards. Flip it back around and get the money back.
Right.
And making a deal with Venezuela, taking that dude out of power, has made a deal with Venezuela to become friends with us,
Mm-hmm.
family with us. They have our protection. We get to share in their crops. We share their oil. We share their goods, their minerals.
Yep.
They share with
That's
us.
true,
Our
Matt.
money gets back on the gold standard, and they get stronger, and we get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela is going to be part of America.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm all right with that. That's cool. Because think about it. If you didn't do that and you let Russia and China take over Venezuela, well, we got this much of the pie. But China and Russia got a big old party bowl.
Right.
Their side all the way around to our side. And in our backyard, we got the enemy firing at us.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have it. We can't
Right.
have that. We have to build our empire. We got to move into the empire stage. We have to move into the point where America is the greatest. Why? Because we protect what we have. And we got to stop playing big brother to the rest of the world. We got to stop rebuilding places like Ukraine. We got to stop giving money to Ukraine. That pisses me off. And anybody else in the comments, if you got something to say about Ukraine, I would love to hear it because I can't stand the fact that we're sitting here propping Ukraine up and giving him all this goddamn money. And what's he doing with it? He's not feeding his people. He's not helping his people. He's not rebuilding infrastructure. He's not taking care of the homeless out there. He's not feeding the families of the dead and the deceased that fought for his ass. He's taking the
Right.
money.
Right.
He's taking it and stealing it and giving it to himself and his cronies, and
Right.
they're not doing anything good with it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark, so I need to get off of here. Gun truck. Any final words?
I would just say that everybody hang in there for the ride. Hopefully things go right. We know we have civil unrest in our cities. We've got things that you might want to get involved in because you get all stirred up about something, but sit back, wait, take a minute, take a breath, look at the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get yourself involved in something stupid like that lady did.
Mm-hmm.
God rest her soul. I wish it didn't happen to her. If I was that ICE officer, if it was me personally, I would not have taken a shot. I would have thrown a taser at her instead.
Yeah.
She would have crashed. She'd have been all right though. You know, I know the guy had whatever reason he had and federal coverage, but it was. I don't think it was right for him to actually draw down deadly rounds. Um, well, even though he was within his federal rights. And when it comes to situations like that, people, you gotta stop being stupid. You gotta stop getting out there and protesting against something that you think is the machine. Sit back and wait and analyze things and look at it from the standpoint that where are we gonna be in the future as a country? Who's gonna control us and who's gonna be here telling us what to do and how to do?
Right.
Um, and think about the fact that you have your freedoms and like who could actually come around and take them away from you at any moment if you didn't have a leader so bold, a leader that's so arrogant. Yeah, he's the big old monster, but guess what? He's getting shit done. I mean, look at the raw aspects. Look back at history. Okay. So if you want to really get into something and find out why we are where we are right now, look back at Rome's history. Look at the history of the Germanic times, the Dark Ages. All countries have always went out there and conquered other countries and taken them over. And look at what they've done and why they've done it. And it's just like it's a perpetual thing. It keeps on happening. If you don't understand your history, it's going to keep on happening. It keeps repeating
Right.
itself. And this right now is just another iteration of the Roman Empire. Okay, so if we become as U.S. the Roman Empire, and you're part of the U.S., you're a citizen in the U.S. and the new Roman Empire, and if you don't like it, hey, move out, go to Greece if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They got crushed. Go to fucking Athens if you want to. They got
Yeah.
crushed. But I mean, hey, if you want to get along, you want to have a nice livelihood and take care of yourself. I mean, the U.S. is not that bad a place. It's really not. We're not full of tyrants and things like Russia, I mean, the Romans were back then. It's not the same thing as the Roman Empire. However, the infrastructure and the way it's building, it might be. It might seem like that, but American people have intrinsically inside them a right and wrong. Okay. And I don't think that we're going to necessarily be that old Roman Empire. We might be a new empire that rises that's like the Roman Empire. However, I don't think we're going to be so crazy or inhumane as they were because we're not back in those times. We're not as savage as they were back then. We're more technologically advanced. Maybe we rise to power and maybe we cause world peace.
Right.
And that's what I ultimately hope for. I really ultimately hope for in my heart world peace, and that
Mhm.
everybody finally gets along and tries to help each other, food and medical, and keeping the world going in a good sovereign manner where people will finally realize, okay, I'm going to stop being a jackass over here in Russia trying to kill people. And here in China, I'm going to try and stop killing people because everybody wants to be friends now. So why don't
Right.
we be friends? You know, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be
Right.
friends? Just like that song. Let's
Yeah.
do it. You know,
Yeah.
who's to say that can't happen? That's something
Yeah.
that I personally hope for. And it's just, people got to realize when oppressed people like Venezuela get relieved of that leader that was oppressing them the whole time, let them have it. Don't
Mhm.
be upset. Why would
Right.
you go out there and act crazy with your own federal people coming at you saying they're doing something wrong when Venezuela's like, hey, we're happy?
Right.
Let
Yep.
let the government do its job. Let the
Right.
officer do his job.
Right.
You know,
All right.
and just be good citizens and try to take care of each other.
Yep. Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. And thank you, Gun Truck, for joining me again and being my co-host. And
Yeah, man.
if you do hit the button, it's down at the bottom, not at the top. Okay, not at the
I don't
top.
know where
The
I
red
don't
button down at the bottom. Okay,
know.
don't end
I
my
don't know.
stream.
I don't know where the button is, man. All I
It's a
see is
red.
like,
It's a red one down at the bottom. Okay. And it looks kind of like a door or a window, a square with an arrow.
oh,
That's the one. That's the one you want to hit, not the top at the, not the
I see
red.
now. Okay, because I
Yeah.
changed screen.
Okay. Yeah, not the
Better.
one at the top. That ends the stream. But cheers to everybody. All right, I'm gonna drop you down and do my closing. And all right, so y'all, thank you so much for joining us. Um, this has been Battlefield Production Military Talk, SITREP. We talked about pretty much everything we could think of. There's going to be so much that we're going to cover next week. This is going to be a new segment for us. Going to be joined by Gun Truck 3 every Friday. And if you guys are available, hit that link when it comes up and comes into the chat, and join us on panel and share your opinions, and have a few laughs, whatever the case may be. So thank you guys so much for joining. We appreciate it. I hope you guys got some education, and like Gun Truck said, just pray for peace. And for those that don't know, I do want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I have been talking to John Mosman, and if any of you are religious and believe in prayer, please send up your prayers for John Mosman. He is he's having some medical issues. Okay, he has his good days and he has his bad days. All right, and he's already posted it on social media on his Facebook. So I guess he's going to be okay with me saying this, but he's got problems with his liver, and I know he's probably scared. I'm scared for him, and going to be going to um, Denver for a liver transplant consultation. So you guys keep him in your prayers. All right. So John, we love you. Hope you get better. Get back soon, buddy. We love hearing your debates. Anyways, thank you for watching Battlefield Production. Thank you guys. Remember, life is a battlefield. Prepare to conquer it. God bless everyone. And okay, let me get that off of there. Good night.
left third. On our right, north. Hold right.